Indian National Congress passed the Resolution of Non-Cooperation Movement in 1920 during the Calcutta session. To gain maximum success, Mahatma Gandhi proposed a step-by-step strategy implementation of the movement. The first point was the movement had to begin with a surrender of titles, honors, and honorary posts by people. The second one was they planned to shun or boycott civil services, army, police, British courts, and legislative assemblies, even schools and colleges. At many places, the British goods were burned, were put on fire. The British goods were to be replaced by domestic goods or Swadeshi goods to promote the native cottage industries that were being died down that time. In case of government separation, non-cooperation movement will be launched. Non-cooperation movement was against the Rowlatt Act that was passed in 1919, which retained many of the political leaders without any chargeship, without any arrest warrant, or without any cause. Just the British people wanted to suppress the Indian freedom movement. But after the starting of the movement, there are two types of things that we can see in the non-cooperation movement. The result of the movement varied from towns to villages. In towns, the middle class people participated in the movement, and the students left their schools, colleges, the headmasters and teachers resigned, and the lawyers gave up their legal practices, as well as the council elections were boycotted in many provinces except Madras, where the Justice Party, the party of the non-Brahmins, felt that entering the council was one way of gaining some power. It was something only accessible to the Brahmins. In many places, merchants and traders refused to trade in foreign goods or finance foreign trade. As the boycott movement spread, people began rejecting importing the clothes and they started wearing only Indian ones. Thus, the production of Indian textile mills and handlooms went up. After that, when the students didn't get such schools and colleges to take admission in India, they were compelled to take admission in the British colleges and institutions. That's why the movement was slowing down that time. In comparison to the British clothes, the Indian clothes that were khadi clothes, those become more expensive. That's why for the common people and poor people, it was not easy to afford them. It was another reason of dying down of that movement. In village area, a peasant movement developed under the leadership of Baba Ramchandra in Awadh. He was an indentured laborer in Fiji. When he returned here, he developed a peasant movement that demanded for the reduction of revenue, abolition of beggar, and social boycott of oppressive landlords. The Berbers, the washermen, they also refused to work in the landlord's house and they also boycotted the British people. Jawaharlal Nehru, by the month of October, set up Audh Kisan Sabha in Awadh. There were 300 branches in the villages around the region. As the movement spread, the houses of talukdars and merchants were attacked, bazaars were looted, and grain hoards were taken over. The tribal peoples thought that Gandhiji wanted there should not be any taxes while the tribal people are roaming in and taking their own fuel or foods or vegetable from the forest because they used to think that the forests are their own property. Guiding to this thing, in the place of Gurem Hills of Andhra Pradesh, a militant guerrilla movement spread under the leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju. Inspired by the non-cooperation movement, Raju talked of the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi and persuaded people to use the khadi things and even give up drinking of foreign liquors. At the same time, he believed that India could not be liberated only by the use of force, not by non-violence. That's why the Grim Devils attacked police stations, attempted to kill British officials, and carried on guerrilla warfare for achieving Swaraj. Raju was captured and executed in 1924. Meanwhile, he had become a folk hero. Now, the non-cooperation movement and the Khilafat movement was being merged into a freedom fight that was called Swaraj, that was for the self-government, that was for the Swatantra Bharat gaining from the Britishers. In the plantation areas, there was also movements because the people who had been working in the tea gardens, they had no right to leave the gardens without the permission. According to the Act of Inland Immigration Act of 1859, under this law, the plantation worker was confined in those gardens, but they wanted to move freely after their work also. That's why when they heard of non-cooperation movement led by Gandhiji, they left the plantations and headed home. But unfortunately, they were brutally beaten and caught by the police. They began to shout, taking the name of Gandhiji. They chanted the name of Gandhiji and they raised slogans demanding Swatantra Bharat. They were affectionately relating to all the Indians agitation. Mahatma Gandhi in February 1922 decided to roll back the non-cooperation movement because he could think that the movements were no longer of non-violence. There were some people who are thinking about a violent and a forceful attack on the Britishers to get them back to their own country. This time, the Chauri Chaura incident also occurred at Chauri Chaura in Gorakhpur district of United Province on 4th February 1922. A peaceful demonstration in a bazaar turned into a violent clash with the police. This incident led to the deaths of 3 civilians and 22 or 23 policemen also. Gandhiji felt that the movement was turning violent in many places and the Satyagrahis now were needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggle. So he called off the non-cooperation movement and there was a chance for the civil disobedience movement.